Now stop cleaning up the floor with your clothes and stand up.
Huh?
Hold out your hands.
Oh, Mom, do I have to?
Yes, you do. It'll only take a minute, and this wool is for your sweater.
What about Babs?
She's washing the supper dishes.
Where's Pop?
He's fixing the refrigerator. Now stand still.
Oh, I think it's for me.
You'll tangle the wool. Look out. Hello? Oh, yes, hang on, Marge. Babs, the telephone.
Okay, Mother.
How's your mother, Marge?
Pretty good, but she has the sniffles.
Yeah, seems like everybody's got a cold these days.
Who is it, Mother?
It's Marge. Here she is.
Hello, Marge. What? Oh. Well, you come by here for me. All right. So long. Marge is going to musicale, too.
Oh, good. She's coming by for me. I read in the paper they're going to play some pieces by Beethoven. I love Beethoven.
Hey, test your coordination, Babs. Stick out your hand.
Oh, hey!
Stand still, Babs.
Oh, but Mother, I'll be late. I've got to get dressed.
It'll only take a minute.
Well, I'm through with that icebox.
Oh, did you fix it, dear?
No, but I'm through trying.
But you gotta fix it.
It's unfixable, and I know I got a mechanical head.
Oh, dear, that landlord, he swears every day we're getting a new one.
Yeah? Well, I ain't paying the rent until he comes across. That's final, finished, and complete.
Ooh, gee, thanks, Daddy.
You're welcome.
Stand still.
Where's the evening paper?
There.
Take a look at that mess. Junior, will you come out here?
Yeah, Pop?
Don't yell at him. He's just thoughtless.
Thoughtless.
What is it, Pop?
Junior, how long have you known me?
Well, 14 years, I guess.
Well, you ought to know by now, if there's one thing I can't stand, it's people who ain't neat.
Junior, you might hang up your father's coat and hat over there on the chair.
Can I go now, Pop?
Yeah, as soon as you put my newspaper back exactly as it was delivered.
I'm sorry.
In the original creases.
Oh, is that you, Marge? It's open. It's open, dear. Hello. Hello, Marge. Is Babs ready? Yeah, she's in her room. Go rout her out. Hello, Mr. Riley.
But you don't mess up the newspaper.
Huh? Forget it, Marge. Turn around, dear. Hey, Babs.
Here it is, Pop.
That's better. There's one rule about business, and getting ahead in business is being neat and clean. Let me see your hands.
Well, they're clean. Oh, Pop, take it back.
Another rule about business is never let anyone pull the wool over your hands. I could be on television like that fella Milton. What is his name?
Well, never mind television. You stick to riveting. You get 60 a week.
Okay, Mom?
Peg,
Huh?
what does meretricious mean?
Meretricious? I'm afraid I don't know.
What does salacious mean?
Salacious?
Gee, I'm surprised at you, Peg. You don't know nothing.
You're so smart. What does it mean?
I asked you first.
Well, I think it means, obscene.
Oh. What does obscene mean?
For heaven's sake, don't you even know what that means? It means, unclean, or bad taste, sordid.
Oh.
What are you doing, a crossword puzzle?
No, it's this item here in the paper. It says, the Guard and Shield Society of Boston considers the book to be meretricious, prurient, and salacious. Members of the society are attempting to have the book banned.
No, they're always banning books in Boston.
Stop banning books and concentrate on getting a couple of pitches for the Red Sox, they might win the pennant.
What's football got to do with books?
I'm against censorship. I think the public should decide what's good for them. You know, if some moron wants to read a trashy book, that's his privilege. And I, for one, will never give up that privilege.
What is this book they're making all the fuss about?
I don't know, let me see. It's, Milady Jezebel.
Milady Jezebel. Now, where did I hear about that? I know Babs was reading that book.
Babs is reading trash like that?
Take it easy, will you?
Take it easy. Your daughter is ruining her mind on junky stuff like that, and you tell me to...
How do you know it's junk? You haven't even read it yet?
I don't have to read it. What's good enough for the Red Sox is good enough for me.
Little Babs is a pretty level-headed girl.
She's 17 years old.
That I know, but she's one of the first 5 seniors in her high school. Knows more about books than you or I ever will.
The next thing you'll be telling me, my daughter's got more brains than I got.
I didn't say that.
No, you're too polite. Trapped you that time.
Babs knows what she's doing, and anyway, she was told to read that book.
Who told her?
Her English teacher. She's doing a book review for their literary roundtable, that's it.
So that's what I pay good taxes for, to send her to school. Well, she ain't reading another page of that book unless I okay it.
You just said you didn't believe in censorship.
Never mind what I said. No daughter of mine is going to read a book that's prurient and malnutritious.
Oh, that's so badly written. An obvious attempt to appeal to the dripster like vulgar trash. I'm going to rip it to pieces in my review. I won't even bother to read it then. No, I couldn't even finish it. See? I stopped halfway through. Here, let's see. But this isn't Milady Jezebel. Sure it is. But the cover. Lucy Lawrence. Campfire Girl. Oh, that's just a jacket. I switched it. Oh. What in the world for? Oh, in case my kid brother starts snooping around. He's always helping himself to my book. And that's no book for a child like Junior. Oh, I see. I just put the Jezebel cover on this silly Lucy Lawrence book. See? Dear old Lucy Lawrence. I read that when I was a mere babe in the woods. If Junior's got any ideas on learning about life, oh, he's in for a big surprise. Good night, Daddy. Good night, Mother.
Good night, dear.
Now listen here, young lady.
Riley.
Huh?
Careful crossing the street.
Oh, I will. Good night, ancestors.
Good night, dear. Have fun.
Good night.
All of a sudden, we're ancestors. Now listen, Peg, when she comes home tonight, I'm
The
going to
thing you
stop...
don't realize is that the schools today are way ahead of when you and I went.
Yeah, too far ahead.
Today they give the kids credit for having some intelligence. They let them think for themselves.
That's what's wrong with those schools. There's too much thinking going on. In my day, we did without it.
I'm in the PTA, and I tell you, Babs School is just fine.
Not when they tell a young girl to read an off-color book, they ain't fine. My teacher never tipped me off to those kind of books. I had to dig them up for myself.
Riley, where are you going?
Let's see now, where would a girl hide a book like that?
Riley, listen, you get out of Babs' room. I don't like this spying.
Under the mattress, I bet.
This isn't right, I tell you.
Every father does it. Maybe it's in the dresser.
They do not.
Your father did. Your old man was always spying on us.
He did not?
Don't tell me. I still got a crick in my back from hiding under your sofa. Well, it's not in the dresser. But I'll find it.
Well, it's probably in the bookcase.
Oh, no. She wouldn't leave a book like that out in the open. She's too smart for that. Hey. She ain't as smart as she thinks she is. Milady Jezebel. Look at the cover. Look at the dress that dame is wearing. What there is of it.
That's the way they dressed in those days.
Well, I'm certainly glad that you didn't live in those days. I sure wish I did.
What?
Nothing. I'm going to find out what this book is all about.
Hey, Mom, the man's here for the laundry.
Oh, and I haven't even sorted it yet. Tell him to wait, Junior.
Okay. Hey, Riley, you home? Hey, Riley.
In here, Gillis.
Your front door was open, so I came in. Quick, get me a hammer and a screwdriver, quick.
What's the matter?
My wife, Honeybee, got locked in the closet. The doorknob fell off. Hurry up, she might suffocate.
Okay, I'll get it right away.
Hey, where did you get this?
Here, Gillis.
Get a load of the dame on that cover. What a figure.
Gillis, your wife in the closet.
Relax, she won't run away. What a dame.
Gillis, put your eyes back in your eye socket.
Hey, Riley, will you lend me a loan of this book?
I will not. I'm reading it myself.
Ain't that the book that was banned in Boston?
Uh-huh.
Must be pretty spicy, huh?
That's what I intend to find out. And if it is, a certain school teacher's going to hear from my daughter's father.
Hey, look in the middle part. That's where the spicy stuff usually starts.
Lucy cast her eyes on the ground and blushed to the roots of her natural blonde hair. Sir, she said coldly, I cannot continue to converse with you as we have never been formally introduced by a mutual acquaintance. And with a haughty toss of her curls, she left him.
This is spicy?
Sounds like a very sensible girl to me. Let me see this thing.
Look, here's a part about kissing. Although Lucy was 23 years old, no man's lips had ever kissed hers. But that night at the sorority dance, when she stepped out on the veranda for a breath of air, she soon realized she was not alone. She noticed a dim figure lurking in the shrubbery. It was Ludwig von Pitlack, Crabtree Corner's most notorious rake. Suddenly, he leaped out of the bushes and bounded up the stairs with a passionate cry, "Lucy, kiss me." But despite Ludwig's pleading, Lucy was still Lucy. Holding him at arm's length, she said, "No, Ludwig, this cannot be. For I have promised my dear father faithfully that the first man to kiss me will be my husband." Huh? And with a haughty toss of her curls, she left him. I can get a bigger kick out of reading the phone book.
I only hope my Babs has ideas like that. This is a wonderful book. Oh, here's another part about Ludwig.
Well, you might as well read it.
Guess there's some reason this was banned in Boston.
Yeah.
Ludwig was on his knees. "Lucy," he implored, "be mine. I shall give you diamonds, jewels, furs, a beautiful mansion, and an Essex roadster with a rumbled seat." "No, Ludwig von Pitlack," Lucy replied. "I'm going to marry Rod Courtney. Roger is my ideal." And with a haughty toss of her curls, she left him. Roger was indeed ideal. He was a clean-cut, clean-living, clean-thinking youth. He never smoked, nor drank, nor gambled. He lived with his widowed mother, whose sole support he was. And 9 o'clock usually found him safely tucked in bed.
This Roger sounds like a nice case for Digger Odell, the undertaker.
Well, I wish my junior would grow up like this, Roger, that's all. The kids today, they got wild ideas.
What a fate. Those crooked publishers put a snappy cover on the book and it sells 1 million copies.
You going?
Yeah. And with a haughty toss of my coils, I'm leaving.
Mr. Gillis, I didn't know you were here.
Yeah, I come over for something. Oh, yeah. My wife is suffocating in the closet. So long.
Well, of all... Now, will you get out of Bab's room?
Peg, you are absolutely right. Babs can read this book all she wants. I just read through it, and it's absolutely okay.
Well, I told you not to worry about it.
Hey, Gillis, is your wife all right?
Yeah, she got out of the closet okay. She was waiting for me on the porch.
Stop sabotaging Peg's nephew.
Just trying to be neighborly. Hey, you want to play some gin?
Oh, no thanks. No cards.
No cards.
No, as a matter of fact, I'm thinking of giving up gambling. Bad example for the kids.
Huh, you kidding? What are you all of a sudden, Roger Courtney, the all-American clean-cut liver?
Don't make fun of that book. If more kids read that book, there'd be less trouble.
Go toss your coils.
I'm a father that takes some interest.
Oh, Pop.
Hi, Mr. Gillis.
Hi, Junior. Want to play some gin?
Huh?
Junior does not play cards. He's got no bad habits. You don't smoke either, do you, Sonny?
No, I quit that years ago.
Not a razor, boy. What did you want, son?
Oh, Pop, can I have a quarter? I want to buy that new comic book.
Comic book? I don't want you reading that trash.
It's not trash, it's Dr. Blood, Surgeon and Vampire.
That's trash.
Yeah, Lucy wouldn't approve.
Lucy?
If you want to read a decent book like Me Lady Jezebel.
Me Lady Jezebel? Who's that?
It's all about Ludwig, a regular rake.
Here. Here's $2. Go down to the store and buy yourself a copy.
But I don't like novels.
Oh, you'll like this one. If you're going to read something good. Something that'll do you some good. More good than that Dr. Blood and the Umpire.
Do I have to?
That is an order, Junior. Now go down and buy a copy.
Okay, if I have to.
And, Junior, learn it by heart.
Hi, handsome.
Hi, honey.
How is this going?
Oh, where to?
To Joanne's for the weekend.
Oh, that's fine. Have a good time, sweetheart. You know something, Babsy? I'm proud of you.
You are? Why?
Well, because... Well, for no special reason. I'm just proud of you.
Oh, good. Now'll be a good time to hitch you up for a mink coat.
Lucky for me, I'm a pauper.
Mother, I'm going.
Oh, Babs. Now, be careful, dear. Riley, you're home.
Yeah.
Now, listen, don't carry on, dear. And call me up as soon as you get there, huh?
I will.
All right, dear. Have a good time. Who are you phoning, dear?
Hello? Is Father Brennan in, please? I'll wait.
What are you calling Father Brennan
Peg,
for?
I got a great idea. You know that book, Me Lady Jezebel?
What now?
Well, I got to tell you something first. I won $15 in a basketball pool.
Oh, you did, huh?
It sort of slipped my mind. Hello?
What's that got to do with Father Brennan?
Well, hello? Father Brennan? This is Chester Riley, Father. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you why I called you, Father. I know that you're interested in boys' work. Yeah, so I thought I'd like to donate a book to the Catholic Boys Club. I left it there this morning. Oh, yeah, I read it. Oh, it's terrific, Father. Yeah. Oh, that's all right. You don't have to thank me. You're welcome. Bye, Father.
Listen, dear, are you sure that that book is suitable for,
Shh, I gotta make one.
But you didn't read all the book.
I read it. Browsed through it quick. Hello? Reverend Thompson? This is Chester Riley.
Riley, that book is not in Bab's room. I don't like this at all.
Well, what are you carrying on for? I don't understand you, Peg. You tell me to take an interest in the community, and when I do, you don't like it.
I just want to be sure the book is all right for kids.
I read it, didn't I, Peg? I tell you,
Pop.
tonight. Junior read it. Did you read that book, Me Lady Jezebel?
Oh, yeah, part of it.
Well, what did you think of it? You hear that?
Yeah, but what did he mean by...
What do you think he meant? And before I'm finished, every kid in the neighborhood will be saying the same thing. Not so fast, Junior. Try it, Peg.
Riley, Junior, go on out and play.
Okay. Wait a minute, I'll play with you.
No. Junior, go on out.
What's the matter?
Something's wrong. I knew you shouldn't have set out those books.
Now, are you going to start that again?
I passed by the school, and a car stopped out in front. And guess who was in it? Rabbi Leventhal, Reverend Thompson, Father Brennan. And they were all going into the principal's office on a Saturday.
So what? Whenever the community is in a little danger, all the leaders get together and they have a meeting.
Yeah, but I was just wondering.
Like the time that moron put on the George Washington costume and started to chop down all the trees. So what are you wondering?
I was wondering who the moron is this time.
Hey, they know what they're doing.
Well, I've got to read that book. I should have read it before.
Well, I asked you to read it, didn't I? Here. I got one copy left. I was going to give this to the Boy Scouts. Sit down and read it.
Riley,
Great, huh?
great. How can you... Listen, just let me read you some of this.
Oh.
Mr. Riley.
Hello, Father Brennan. Come in.
Thank you. This may be an unseemly hour for a visit, but believe me, the situation is pressing.
This is Mrs. Riley.
How do you do, Mr. Riley?
Won't you sit down, folks? I mean, Father Brennan and Rabbi Leventhal and Reverend Thompson. Just go right over and sit down. And, Mr.
District Attorney Phillips.
Mr. District Attorney. Mr. District Attorney, on your radio program last week, when you threw the guy over the cliff. District Attorney?
I'm here unofficially to determine if there are sufficient grounds for an indictment.
An indictment for who?
For you, Mr. Riley.
For me? For me? For me?
Oh, dear.
If the facts warrant it.
But I don't understand.
Riley, I tried to tell you, but you
Please,
wouldn't...
Mrs. Riley. Mr. Riley, you've gone to great pains to circulate among the youth of this community a book so cheap and trashy.
Cheap and trashy? Oh, no, Reverend.
A book so completely unsuitable for children.
But how can you say that, Reverend? Gee, I admit the book might be a little spicy where Ludwig tries to kiss Lucy, but she don't let him. And she marries Roger, the hard-working, clean-living youth.
I read the book, but I can't recall anything of the kind.
Well, then you just didn't concentrate, Rabbi.
Mr. Riley, what book are you talking about?
I'm talking about that book, Milady Jezebel. Might I have it, please?
If you insist.
Here, I'll read you a part. No, I'll show you. I guarantee that there ain't a line in this book that ain't good for kids. Open it any page, anywhere. Listen, let me read you a few parts.
But Riley, don't, I wouldn't...
Respect. Now, get this. Trembling, her heart pounding, she flung herself into his arms, and he bathed her in a shower of burning kisses. Hey, could you get me my reading glasses?
There's no need to read further.
Oh, wait a minute. Something's wrong. Let me read another part. Her white shoulders gleamed in the pale moonlight. His grip tightens on her ivory flesh, and she felt the stab of pain that was soon obliterated by ecstasy as his lips met hers. Kiss me, said Treble on Lady Jezebel Pant. Jezebel. Treble on? What happened to Lucy and Roger?
Will you stop it, Riley, please?
This ain't the book I read. Where's Bab's copy? I had it last night.
Riley, no, don't.
Here. Now I'll show you. I guarantee there ain't a line in here that's wrong. Listen. No, Ludwig, Lucy cried. You're forgetting I am a campfire girl. And with a hoarding toss of a curl, she left him. There, you see? Here, read it yourself.
Look at that, the title there on the top.
I see it. Lucy Lawrence. Campfire girl. Oh, I see what happened. That book's a typographical error.
Oh, don't you see? Somebody put this Jezebel cover on this kid's book.
Terrible. Then the book that I read wasn't... Then they read the book that... Oh. Honest, Father Brennan, I didn't mean... Reverend Thomas, I didn't mean... Please, Rabbi, I wouldn't have done that.
I'm afraid I'm at fault myself. I should have read the book before placing it on the shelf.
Well, to err is human, and I should have read it too.
I confess I slipped up also.
Mr. Riley, I don't think you're guilty of anything more serious than sheer... Well, shall we go? Rabbi?
11.
Goodbye, and you never have to worry about anything like this happening again.
Well, if we have your assurance.
Oh, I assure you, all right. I guarantee you. Because from now on, I ain't reading another book as long as I live. So help me.